Welcome to the Creative Crossroads podcast. So, you're probably wondering, what is this podcast about? This is the community where faith meets art. We're going to talk about what types of things are going on in the Christian creative space today. For example, that could be what's happening with AI, which is absolutely crazy and transforming society as we know it. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about things that are important for every Christian creative to incorporate into their work and in order to empower them to help spread the gospel more effectively. This is also going to be a great opportunity to see up-and-coming artists or Christian artists that are already making waves within our space. And most importantly, what this podcast is focused on is to empower you to fulfill your God-given creativity with art and to share the gospel through it. You might be wondering, what is Gen 1 Creative and what does it mean that this podcast is powered by Gen 1 Creative? Gen 1 Creative is the brand behind this podcast. The goal of the company in and of itself is to empower Christian creatives around the world to tell their stories beautifully. One thing that I want to pinpoint and make very clear is it's not just about the storytelling aspect, it's about the value of human life in general. I think our society is kind of gripped with the reality that depression, anxiety, these things are very real, especially for creatives, and Christian creatives are not exempt. In turn, it actually affects their identity and makes them feel like their life doesn't matter. And that's one of the things that this podcast and company is targeting. We want to make sure that you, as a Christian creative, as an organization, as a person, values human life. If we can get one person out of that negative mindset where they feel like they're trapped and that their life doesn't matter, then we won. So that's the goal of this podcast. It's the goal of this company. Join this community where faith meets art. Let's have conversations about upcoming artists. Let's have conversations about what's happening with AI. All the things that are maybe a little controversial or confusing, or you're just navigating as a Christian artist. This is the place where you're going to find that encouragement you need to keep moving forward. You can follow Gen 1 Creative on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, you name it. We're even on Threads. We're on all the social platforms. So if you can go on, follow, like, subscribe, just engage in conversation. I'm really looking forward to connecting with you, and stay tuned for other upcoming Christian artists, and maybe your work will get featured as well.